we're doing here is putting a stop block at 20 and 3/16 so we can cut all the middle pieces at the same size. So I'm gonna go cut all those now. Next thing we're going to do is cut these slanted pieces. You're going to come in 2 and 5/16 in from the back. So this is the actual side, how it's going to sit. 3/4 of an inch from the bottom up. We're going to cut that angle. I don't know what the angle is yet. I'm just going to finagle it and figure it out. We're going to put that there. Make the cut. We're also going to put our stop block. Also going to put our stop block so I can cut these two pieces exactly the same. All right, let me set up the camera and I'll take a shot of that. I determined that that angle is pretty close to 41 degrees. It's not exact, but we're not trying to be precise, like mega precise. Just got to cut that angle fairly, you know. This is probably you probably want to get closer to the 3/4 line. With the angle, because we already cut the 3/4 inch piece that fits on there. But if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I don't think my other ones were exact perfect, so not a big deal. Set up the stop block. So I'll cut these two, this one and this one, and then we're pretty much ready for assembly. Perfect. Now I already cut the 1/2 inch pieces. Now I'm cutting the 1 inch pieces using my sled. If you don't have a sled, just use a little miter box and cut your little 1 inch pieces. You actually need 3 sizes. They're all going to be 1 inch wide, but you'll need a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. And we'll need 9 of each of those sizes. So I'll set up the camera and show you what's going on. And I'm just going to cut these. I won't video the other ones. All right, stand by. Okay, so this is all the pieces we need to assemble the paint rack. We have 3 at 1 inch, 3 pieces. Those are the shelves that the paint actually sits on. They're 20 and 3/16 long. You could make it as long as you want, doesn't matter. That's just what I chose because it's going to fit in one particular area. This is the first backrest, I guess you would call it, where the back of the paint is. The second one and the third one. 1 1/4. 1 3/4 and 2 1/4. That makes up the interior of the box. These are all the little supports that go underneath the shelves. When you do cut these, you want to make sure that they're slightly shy of an inch. You don't want them to be protruding outside. I'll explain it a little bit when I get to the actual construction better, but these you want to maybe even an 1/8 inch short of an inch, so 7/8 of an inch is fine. Anything longer than exactly an inch, you're going to run into real problems. So the shorter is fine, no big deal. So how we're going to do this is we're gonna put these two sides on the bottom piece. Well, actually, we're not gonna do that. I'm sorry. We're gonna put the back and on the sides together, and then we're gonna put the bottom piece on, because that'll kind of square up the corners. So I'll get ready to do that. Now, it is a pain to line these up and glue and then hit them with a pin nail. It's not too bad. I'm probably going to make a jig where I could slide them in and they'll stay perfectly square, but it takes a little finagling. But you'll see in a minute. All right, be right back. Okay, so what I forgot to tell you also is that if you wanted to sand all these real pretty and, you know, make them really nice, I don't really care. So I don't really sand them. I'll clean up the glue joints a little bit, but I won't even really care about that much. So what you should have handy is at least a paper towel or rag with some water just for the glue joints, but you don't want to soak it. You don't want to soak this MDF because it'll swell. So it's just clean it up. Sometimes I even do it dry. It doesn't matter. But, you know, slightly wet. I usually have a mist bottle, but I can't find it. So I'm just going to use this little bit of water and dip in when I want to clean up the joints. So, glue bottle. This is a cool thing. It's real cheap. Get on Amazon. Make sure you put these on the outside, or the sides on the outside, because I did do one the wrong way like that, and it pissed me off. I had to break it all apart. So, because I wasn't paying attention, so make sure this piece goes right in between. Just add a little bit of glue. You don't even have to spread it out if you don't want. This is kind of a pain. Give that glue a minute to tack up just a little bit. Kind of feel. One pin nail. My PSI is a little low. Pin nailer should be about 75. That's what I usually do pretty well with. Okay, so I'm feeling everything feels good. Glue feels nice. Try to shoot these as straight as possible. Because I had a lot of ejections out the side the other day. So that's 3 for now. Just let it sit. Do the same thing for this side. A little bit of glue. Whatever you do, do not leave your finger there when you put this in there, because those little pins will fly out of weird places. They'll just kind of curve. Clean this back off a little bit. Line that up. That's it. Wait for that to dry. I might give it a couple more nails. Inside, just get a tiny bit of water. Like that. Good. Nice clean corner. No problem, even if it was, it doesn't even matter. So here's the bottom. Okay. So make sure we got a good dry fit. Pretty perfect, I have to say. Just line up these edges and then work your way down that way. That'll square up just pretty good. There we go. Try to lay this down as carefully as you can. Don't want too much glue spreading out. Clean it up so you can feel the edge. Perfect, it's perfect here. Start right there. 1, 2, 3 for now. Take our trusty little. Okay, one's not bad. Usually I have several. Pull it out. Little sandpaper. Oh, I had another ejector. This time I'm gonna take this. If this happens to you, you can just keep moving it back and forth. It'll just break off. It's fine. Little sandpaper or even not, doesn't matter. So clean out some of this squeeze. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but I'm off. It's kind of hard to tell, but I don't know if you can see it, but I'm off maybe, I don't know, just maybe a 1/16, and I just dry assembled this and the last row of paint doesn't fit, but I somehow cut the sides a 16" shorter, which is no problem, no big deal. I'm a problem solver, so I can fix that. So basically what it should be is this end piece goes on the inside. Okay, so if this happens to you, and it can happen, you know, if you're off a 32nd 4 times, well, there you have it. That's where you're off. So, but it's not a big deal. We're not building a Ferrari. We're just building something to hold our paint. So this last piece goes inside. So what we're going to do is not put this on the inside. I got another piece. I'm going to shave that 16th down. Then I'm just going to add this piece on the outside, which kind of looks actually pretty good. And that's probably what I'm going to do from now on, just for that problem. So you don't really have to worry about actually fitting that last paint row perfectly. The others 2 I built, one was really good, perfect. The other one was slightly snug on the last. But I think from now on, I'm just going to put this on the end. So I'm going to shave off the 16th with one of my, I'll show you, because people always ask me, with one of my 125 planes that I collect. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm a big union collector. I do a lot of stuff with my hands, a lot of wood. I'm better with hand tools than I am with power tools. So, but anyway, I'm gonna shave this off, and then I'll do a dry assembly. I'll show you how it goes together, and then we'll start to glue up. Okay, so I shaved that off. We should be good. I'm gonna try a dry fit, even though I didn't try it after I shaved that off. We're gonna find out shortly if it works or not. So also what I did on these little pieces, I marked all the tops with pencils, so you can make sure you put them the right way, because you could mess that up. So basically what we're doing, we're starting off with these higher ones. So these are just going to be like our little ribs or little supports. Trying to evenly space them best you can, no big deal. Kind of there. This is just a dry fit. All you modelers know that. So what we're going to do is put the larger piece. This is 2 1/4. No fit. right there. I'm going to put one of our 1-inch shelves in there, like that. So now we got our second tier. Now this is for Vallejo, AK, any of those squeeze bottles. It's not for Tamiya. I'll be making one for those too. So there's that, all our supports, a little 1-inch shelf. Now, see how important it is to make those about an 1/8 inch shorter, all of them, so they don't protrude past this shelf. That's huge. This is the 1 3/4 slot. Like that. We have the little supports. Put that many. If we got 2 left, and no problem. We'll put the shelf on there. Nice good snug fit. That's the last. Here, there's our dry fit. This looks a little crooked. Okay, so not too bad. Now, I guess you could leave it like that and put your paints here. Be no big deal. You can see where. Let's see. Where I was off by that much. That's a lot, actually. I'm not really sure. I mean, it is what it is, and no problem, right? We can fix it. Throw that away. Put that there. Beautiful. We got perfect. Looks actually, I actually like it better in the front. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So. What we do have to find is out if I measured right to get an equal amount of paints all the way across, but we'll do the glue up and then we'll test it out. Okay, another thing too, just so you know, make sure you mark this bottom, because I could see someone actually doing it that way. Or put an arrow facing you, something like that. Because if you put it together like this, you're in trouble. So anyway, so here we go. We're going to do the glue up. I don't know how many I'm going to put of these in there, but we'll see. There's our little trusty glue container. Remember, I got the marks up. Alright, I'll probably leave those 2 out. Should be good, just like that. Just make sure they're kind of square in the back. That one looks just very crooked. Okay. All good. Give that a minute. Let that glue get a little tacky. Okay, we want to make sure we get this order right too, so we're going to put a 1-inch. I'll put some glue right on the top. We have cloggage. Quickly. There we go. Okay, so we got 1-inch shelf. That. press down for a minute. We got our 2 3/4 inch piece. Just gonna do just a quick dry fit. Go. Gonna shoot a couple of pin nails in there. Just one, just to keep it in. Oh, I thought that was ejecting for sure, but looks good. Don't even try to do it this way, because you will miss, guaranteed. I tried. All right, so 2 3/4. We'll take this. See if you can see. We're gonna go right down this seam. No sense in putting it here because it's not going to touch. Just got to put it on that back plate. You don't want to. You want to make sure it's pretty square. I'm going to grab a quick square. Looks good. So that's our first tier. Second tier going in. Oh, you know what? Actually, we don't need to, but we should put glue on the bottom of this one. I forgot to do that. No big deal. It's not going to go anywhere. One more. I mean, I doubt you even need this many, but you probably only need 4 or 5, maybe 5. 1 in each corner, 1 in the middle, and 2, but whatever, I cut a bunch, so. Pull it down, make sure they're up against that fence. Looking good, looking good. This another 1-inch panel. This is the shelf in. Put it with a couple of pinners. Ejection? Nope. Should keep it pretty good. Next, 1 3/4. Dry fit. This time I'm going to put a bead under. Clean up some mess that I made. All done. Okay, check for square. Not even close. Square now. Looking square. It's good. It's not. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to try that. Okay. Now we got our little pieces. Okay, glue it up. Okay, 1-inch piece, see, make sure everything's good, everything looks good. Now, if you didn't have a pin nailer, I'm not really sure. You could use tiny little nails, but I'll tell you what, this for 99 bucks at Home Depot, and if you go during Christmas or a sale, probably get it cheaper, or you probably get a cheap Harbor Freight one. This is like, if you want to build a bunch of these, you gotta have a pin nailer. Most of you have a compressor, so all right, looking good there. Now, last piece, looks good. Some glue on the rail. Some glue on the bottom. Go. So I glued the front piece on. That actually was the best thing that ever happened to me. So I think that is way better than trying to fit that piece on the inside and getting this inside track perfect. If you put that in there, there's still even probably a 1/16 of an inch in there to, you know, wiggle room. All of them are perfect fits. There's 20 bottles across. 20 bottles times 4, 80 bottles of paint that you can stick for. Actually, it's less than $8 because this is all the scraps we have left to build on your next one. So, I mean, cutting it took me about 20 minutes because I'm a little anal. And if, you know, how quick did it take me to assemble it? Probably 15 minutes to glue everything together. Total time, maybe a slightly longer. So there it is. I'm no expert. I don't claim to be. I'm a hobby guy. It's not perfect, but it's very functional and it looks kind of cool. I bet you if you spray painted it, added some stencils and some stickers, that'd be kind of cool. So there you go. Less than $8. You got 80. An 80 paint storage rack. So let me know if you guys build any. I want to see them. Talk to you soon. So this is my hobby corner, I guess. That's my woodworking area over there. My bandsaw and stuff. All my planes are, this is just a quick tour of the shop, I guess. All my hand planes, mostly Union, some Miller's Falls, a few Stanleys, mostly Union. Big collector, I use them too. So anyway, that's my hobby area. I just built a paint booth. I have it extracting air out here, I have this covered right now, but this is a quick connect into there when I'm painting. Actually works out perfect. It's kind of in the way a little bit, but it's not too bad. Not a problem. This is just a cover. Just not letting any air in. If you guys are ever building one of these, I was having a problem because I actually cut it the size of my window, and of course I couldn't fit it in there like a moron. I thought I could. So anyway, I just cut it short, put it in there, and just stack some foam in there, and there's no air getting into there. So you can see I don't see any daylight or anything. It's got weatherproofing on the window. So yeah, this piece of foam, man, it's perfect. If you press, I can see a little air there. No, it's good. I was pressing on it. It's good right there. I built this other one. This took me a little bit longer because I built the carcass, then I fitted all the paint storage racks in there, some drawers, and I built this upper one for all my Tamiya paints really, but I don't have that many, so I just kind of put all my handmade or yeah, just homemade acrylic thinners and water and some of my primers and stuff. They fit on there pretty good. But eventually this will just be all Tamiya paints. Then I'll build another rack for all the accessory stuff, thinners and washes and things like that. I initially didn't want to put my paint booth here just because it probably takes up a lot of room, but it was the only option I had to get it close to the window. So I mean, I could have put it there in front of the compressor, but that probably wouldn't have been good. So anyway, I got some of my kits down there that I'm going to be building soon. I just started getting back into it. We got pretty devastated by Hurricane Irma. So I haven't really, it took almost 18 months to get my house back in order, new roof, everything. So just kind of pulled everything back out, and I did one BF 109 there, but I won't even show it to you because it's not good. But anyway, it was just my first one. It needs a matte finish on there. But other than that, that's it. I got to put all this other junk away, and I'll be all ready to build some models. All right, guys, check you out.